Okay, so me. Launched Digital Sparkles about 5 years ago now with a business partner that I don't have anymore. Okay, I had a business before that. That one failed. Awesome. The whole thing that's kept it together this whole time, it did, and it was tragic, but never mind. The whole thing that's kept us together has been digital. I'm not allowed to walk up and down there apparently, which is a shame because I'm a definite wanderer. Digital marketing for 10 years has been my life. It sounds really sad that. I left the classroom, started doing this. I make sales every single day through my work in digital marketing. Okay? Every day I make sales through it. Little sales, not huge sales, but every day I make sales through it. Every day I get to chat to hundreds of people to keep them engaged with what I do, okay, to get sales. That's what's happened. I've lost count of how many people I've trained. But who in the room relates to this then? So we've got, I don't know what to say when it comes to digital marketing content, just nod your heads, okay, yeah? Oh, I get quite a lot of that, and quite a few tears. Michelle can attest to that. We've had a lot of tears in our office. It's also overcrowded on digital. It's all so overcrowded, right? Everything is trite. I don't like it myself. I don't want to use it. And who cares anyway? Who cares if I write something? Who cares if I take a picture of my breakfast? Right, well, you would care if you were the restaurant owner. Who cares? Nobody cares. I don't want to read it. No, who wants to read my stuff? Anybody engaged with that? Yeah? Those days where you're thinking, I've got nothing to say. Got absolutely nothing to say at all. This is what I hear pretty much every day from pretty much everybody I've ever worked with. And this stuff stops business people using digital media. Like, it can paralyse us. A lady in Leeds told me it took her 3 hours to write a tweet. Like 3 hours. There was 120 characters. It's a sentence. How can it take 3 hours to write one tweet? Right? 3 hours. I mean, goodness. And I said to her, like, if you picked up the phone, would it take you 3 hours to answer it? Because you're just talking to people. That's all we're doing. But this stuff really paralyses people and really stops them using social media for the business. So I've got some C's, and I'm going to just work through them. Okay. For me, and all my experience of everything I've done on social media, okay, I've got to stand next to the mic, right, you've just got to do stuff. You've got to have confidence to put stuff out there. Now, I'm not saying put anything out there. Obviously, the stuff has to be right, but we've got to work out what's right for our audience on our social channels. We've got to work out... Thank you. I'm going to put this down because it seems to be just racing ahead with itself. You can't work out what's right and wrong unless you've done it wrong. Okay? You can't work out how to speak to people on social channels unless you've done some of it wrong. So everybody who's sitting there thinking, I don't want to use social media because I'm going to get it wrong, wrong is all right. I mean, there are levels of wrong, you know, there are like levels, but a spelling mistake, people are forgiven of that, right? Some people anyway. Yeah, spelling mistakes, okay, we'll get those wrong. Have you ever picked up the Times and found all the spelling mistakes in something like the Times? We can't do social media if we don't actually within ourselves get the confidence to do it, that whether that's your team doing it, whether that's you doing it, whether you're a small business owner just like me. The confidence comes from the next lot of things I'm going to show you, which you've already seen a little bit few of, okay? We've got to put stuff out there. If you want social media to work for your business, you've got to put stuff out there, so you've got to get confident and do it. How do we do that? Who in here posts, I don't know, once a week? Your hand up? Maybe on one channel. Once a week? Who posts less than once a week? Who posts when they can be bothered and it's 11 o'clock at night and you've just remembered you haven't posted all day? Right? Who just can't bear it at all? Thanks, David. I'm speaking here. Oh, you've got a few colleagues here, right? Okay, I'm not touching anything, by the way. Can I just say I'm not touching anything at all? Consistency is the biggest thing that I can say to you for your social channels, right? Be consistent. If you're going to post once a week, fine, do it once a week with consistency. If you're going to post every day, do it with consistency. Work out the times when you're going to post. I tell you for why. Because we like routine, all of us, all right? The shops that open at 8 o'clock, if they're not open by 8 o'clock, we'll get annoyed, yeah? We like consistency. The people who are reading your communications online need consistency. So the stop-start approach, I'll send out 30 tweets now and then I'll not do anything for 3.5 months. That doesn't work for us. We need to be consistent because we are talking to real human beings at the end. Consistency is your first C. This is what we're here for today though. And all the stuff we're going to do all morning is really about content, whether it's photos, yeah, or videos, and we're videoing this. What are we going to say? What do I say? What do I say? Oh my gosh, what do I say? What you say is what the people who you're trying to talk to need you to say to them, okay? That's what we're going to say. We're going to work out what we say in real life to people, like, you know, like real offline life, when you're talking to people in the face or on the phone or you're meeting them at a networking event like this. The content that we deliver needs to be useful, right? Put your hands up if you like things that amuse you when you are on social media, all right? That's nearly the whole room, by the way. So why can't we have some content that can amuse? Because you all like it. So if I'm going to try and give you content that you like to make you notice me, I've got to amuse you. What about facts and business stuff? Would you like some of that? Yes, no? Hands up? Yeah? Yeah. Some of you want some facts and businessy type stuff, so I best put some content out about facts and business stuff. Because if I'm going to talk to you all, who by the way are my target market, then I need that. I need to put out the stuff that you like. Who likes seeing pictures of pizza? Right? Okay, one of my pictures of pizza got about a 3,000 reach, yeah? Like, dozens of people commented about this pizza. It wasn't even my pizza shop. And I'm like, why are you bothered about the pizza I've just had for lunch? Why have I posted the picture of the pizza I've just had for lunch, yeah? I got more interaction with that than some of the other stuff. What about dogs and cats? Right? What is this dog and cat in a box stuff, right? Why do we look? Because it makes us laugh and it makes us feel human and it really, really gets our attention. So content can be whatever you want that content to be that's going to provoke a reaction out of your audience. It's for them. Your content is not for you. It's not because you fancy writing that. We've got to be thinking about the people behind it. Which comes to community. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the Facebook groups in a sec. You are a community, a part of something that's got 1,100 members. To be honest, right, if you all bought off each other, you'd probably not need any more customers at all. 1,100 people, if they were all right and you were all buying off each other, gosh. But community isn't just about buying. It's about the support that you get. It's about that you've all turned up this morning for this. You know, you've given up your time, you've come here, you want to meet each other. You are part of a community. Digital media gives you that. The group I run has got 1,400 people in. It is the most helpful thing I've ever seen in my days. And every question that I can't answer, someone else in that community can. And it keeps those community members coming back in day after day after day because they can get help, they can get support, they can feel part of something bigger. There are 5 or 6 people in the room, at least, who are part of the group that I run. We are a community, and that helps us form relationships, which helps us buy off each other, because in the end, that's what you're all here for, right, isn't it? To learn how to do sales, marketing, supercharge it, and get more for your business. That is absolutely essential. Think about old school networking like this. You're part of that community. We're trying to build that online as well. You've seen this a few times because it keeps flicking forward, right? Customer service. Tell you a story about customer service. When I was little, my dad had shops. We had 4 shops, and the supermarkets put us out of business completely, right? Because I'm 43 now, so I was just 7 or 8 when we had the shops. So these big supermarkets came and put us out of business. But before that, I learned about customer service off my dad. So I was about 7, and I go to one of our customers' house. and she's called Elsie. Now, Elsie was old, and I mean Elsie was really old, especially to a 7-year-old. And Elsie smoked an awful lot. And Elsie's ceiling was the same colour as her hair, which was cigarette smoke yellow. Okay? So you can imagine this little kid, and I'm in this house, right? And there's so much smoke and fog. I've never seen anything like it because nobody in my family smokes. Anyway, there's my dad with the shopping bags for Elsie. She got no other family. Our neighbour couldn't do her shopping, whatever. And we're in there, and I wanted to leave. How are you, Dad? Come on, I can't actually breathe, Dad. Let's go. And when we left, my dad had agreed to paint Elsie's ceiling. Right? Okay, so the local shopkeeper is now painting Elsie's ceiling. Is that not brilliant customer service? Slightly above and beyond what he needed to do. To be fair, my mother wasn't that pleased, in all honesty. But what I learned was that actually being human, kind and nice, looking after someone, doing something for somebody else, kept their business, because Elsie didn't shop in the big supermarkets. I mean, my dad, we lost everything. But that one thing has stayed with me my whole life. And I genuinely think that social media gives us a fantastic resource to give the best customer service ever. I can talk to people and answer their questions anywhere, on any bit of technology, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on email, through the website, doesn't matter. Anybody can get to me at any time. Slightly overwhelming sometimes, let's be frank. But no matter what you guys want from me, I can be there to deliver it for you. Now, I'm not going to paint your ceiling, right? I'm not. It's like a drip in my hair. But you know what? I can give you the best customer services I can as a person who works on her own because of social media. So when we're sitting there going, oh my gosh, I just don't know what to say, I don't know what to do, I don't want to do it, it's not going to give us anything, let me tell you, it can open up your business world, which is what we're here for this morning. That, Dad, Elsie, a ceiling, that's what it's about for me. All right, so some practical stuff. Evergreen content. Anybody heard about evergreen content before? Some of you have, some of you have. So there is 2 types of content really. Evergreen content is the stuff that just keeps giving. So think blog post. But think about a blog post for your business that is useful and can be useful, helpful, instructional for the next 5 years. So Victoria can write a blog post about sales funnels. For a long time, sales funnels haven't really changed. So that blog post is going to be relevant this month and next month and the month after and next year, and she can pull bits of stuff out of sales funnel blog posts for months and years to come. That's evergreen content, just like the trees. Doesn't drop the leaves, yeah? So what I find we're doing is, we may be sharing content and doing content, but you write something and you use it once, right? We write this blog and we use it once, or we do this video and we use it once, or you've written something and it's really profound and you use it once, and then you're overwhelmed because you've got to keep writing more and you've got to create more and you've got to create more. Evergreen content is awesome. It's proper sparkly because you just create something and you can keep using it and using it and using it over and over again. And I'm going to demonstrate that. Because what we want to do is repurpose stuff. So if you're preparing some content, you want to be able to think, some of this I want to reuse. Where can I share that bit? What about this bit? And what about this bit? Now, if I can keep this on the screen for long enough without it jumping forward, this is a blog post. Okay, so we're going to carve up this blog content, and this is a proper demonstration of what I would do with some content that I write. These are the opening paras of something that I did, okay, and it's on the website right now. But evergreen content doesn't drop its leaves. No, hang on, that's evergreen trees. But in much the same way that those beautiful trees stay green all year round, evergreen content doesn't date or become irrelevant to our readers. As micro and small business owners, we need to share our evergreen content for our potential and our existing customers so they can make decisions about us. When I think about, as a micro and small business owners, when I think about writing or filming evergreen content for Digital Sparkles, I want information that is both useful and can be shared more than once without dating. Now, I've put 5 numbers there. because that's the opening paragraph to a blog post, right? 5 numbers. That represents to me 5 tweets. Okay, 5 tweets out of that 1 paragraph. 5 Facebook posts out of that 1 paragraph. 5 comments on LinkedIn out of that 1 paragraph. So number 1, evergreen content doesn't drop its leaves. Tweet 1, with a link to the blog post through Twitter and a nice picture of trees. Yeah? Tweet 2, evergreen content doesn't date or become irrelevant to our readers. Right? So tweet 2, link in this article, the same article, different picture, out it goes. Now if you didn't read the first tweet and it didn't catch your attention, the second tweet might do. Tweet 3, as micro and small business owners, we need to share our evergreen content. Read more here, click here to read more. 3 messages out of 1 bit of content, yeah, we're getting it? Tweet 4, we need to share stuff so our existing or potential customers can make decisions about us. Tweet 5, share information that is both useful and can be shared more than once without dating. I could carry on, right? I could create about 20 or 30 communication messages out of that 1 paragraph that I could then schedule, be done, get people to come to my website, get people to keep clicking. I need some lush photos to go with it, things that I'm going to create because I can't afford Angela every day on my phone, right? And then all of a sudden, that 1 piece of content that I've written becomes dozens of bits of content. And I might tweak it for LinkedIn and write it a little bit differently. And I might on Facebook do a little video with this. But if I've spent an hour writing a blog post, I don't want to just use it once. I want to keep using it and using it and using it and using it because I put tons of effort into writing it. So I want to keep using it. Besides which, you all might need different things to trigger you to actually read this. Does anybody do that in the audience already? Yeah, got a few of you, but there was only 3 hands went up there. So if I could give you some advice when you're thinking about a big bit of content, think about what else can I do with it? Like, what else can I do with it? Something for you to do right now. Have you got pens and paper? Okay? When we're stuck for something to say, and if we're saying we're going to be really good at customer service, what are the top 10 things that your customers always ask you? Right? This is something I do in training quite a bit. You know those questions you get asked by your customers that you really, really wish they wouldn't keep asking you? You know those? Man, it's on my website. It's everywhere. Everybody always asks us the same 2 or 3 questions. Might be price. I don't know. Might be how long do they take to develop. Might be how long is a sales lead. Might be, does social media really work? Yes, it does. Yeah? Write them down. Try now. Write some of them down. Just blitz something. Stuff that people ask you. Why can't your frequently asked questions be part of your content? If you're going to give really good customer service, if I go on your Twitter account or onto LinkedIn and sometimes I see, I don't know, we're all open at 9 o'clock every day, or we're doing this today, or do you know we've done that? Why can't your frequently asked questions make some of your content strategy? Because they are what people want to know. They're what people want to know. They keep asking you, so they want to know it. So why can't we keep sharing it as evergreen content in different ways? Yeah, in different ways to actually answer our customers' questions. It's really simple content. You can really easily, you know it all in your head already. You've just got to prepare it and put it somewhere. Yeah, the top 10 questions you always get asked by your customers, and the other 10, if I was in training, would be 10 things about your business. Cool stuff, like, not boring stuff. 10 things about your business that could entertain, because you can keep sharing that forever as well. Fundamentally, your basic stuff about your business is not going to change. And then you've got 20 things to talk about when you're having a stuck day. So where are you going to put it? Because we've got a myriad of places to put it. May I just say that your website is the only thing that you own. You don't own Facebook, you don't own anywhere else. You own your website and you own your email list. even with all the GDPR, and we'll not go there, right? You own your website, so you want people to go to your website and find out about your business. So really one of your strategies using digital has got to be to get people to your website, because that's your bit. If all the others shut, your website will still exist when they all shut. They're not going to shut, but just imagine if they did. We're going to choose where we go based on where our clients are. If you don't want 16 to 20-year-olds, don't go on Snapchat. Anybody use Snapchat in the room? If someone wants to explain to me, Amy's much younger than me, why we're using Snapchat? Don't understand it at all. You guys aren't on it, so I'm not going to use it. Why would I? Yeah? All right? One of the decisions, and this leads me quickly into Facebook groups, because I think I've only got 5 minutes. Why bother? Business to business for me was always LinkedIn, is LinkedIn, until I found that if I bring business people together in a Facebook group, I can get business out of it. Now, you can't see this quite so well, but what it was showing you is that the behind the scenes of a business group in Facebook lets you see how many users you've got, 1,400 of them, they are the members, lets you put files and really useful information in there, gives you graphs, which I'm really sorry we can't see it, I don't know why we're not projecting it, but you could see this bonny graph like that. I'll just do that for you, just so you can pretend. And that graph lets me see that out of 1,400 members in my Facebook group, 1,200 of them are active. Can you imagine that? 1,200 active people in a month of a group of 1,400. Wowzers. Like, utterly wowzers. Where could I engage and get 1,200 people month in, month out to do stuff with my brand? Facebook. Facebook group, which are free, by the way. Right? Free. We've also got things like this, which, believe it or not, that's a popular day. See that little bit of the top of the bar graph? I can look in this group and I can work out when people are online, which days are the best, what are they commenting on, what are people talking about, what are all the reactions. 1,200 of them are busy doing it. It is like the best, one of my most favourite sales tools, marketing tools, keep in touch tools, networking tools, go when you're stuck tools, people to talk to. But you know what? Strategically behind the scenes, there's so much data. I will send you all a copy of this if you want to see this stuff, or I can show you it where you can see it in the group. You can come and see it live. This data that we've got in these social platforms, the business decisions that we can make on it are staggering. Okay? In February, I invoiced about £12,000 out of my Facebook group. Now, for some of you, £12,000 will seem like a drop in the ocean. But I work by myself. I'm me. And Michelle helps us and keeps us right. Yeah? I'm just me. So 12 grand in 1 month selling stuff out of a Facebook group was extraordinary. I'll say that I wish I did that every month, and I absolutely don't. But you know what? Why use it? Because that's what I did this February. Unbelievable. Because I've built a community and I've learned about the people in it, and I look after them and I talk to them every day. And I use digital to supplement everything else and every other sales technique that you're going to talk about later to actually keep in touch with you all, the business community. So I'm finishing up now. And what I said before is your digital activity driving people to your website. So if you're sitting there thinking, what am I doing this for? Why do I do any digital at all? Let's think about, can we use digital to be a sales and marketing tool for our business, to think about it in a business way and drive people to your website? Because if you're getting them on your website, if you can collect the data, then you can retarget those people through the ads. That could be the start of a digital plan and a strategy for you. Okay? How many minutes have I got now? I've got 5 minutes. Awesome, that was quite well timed actually. Yeah. What questions have we got? Just before you can see Keith's like dying to come on now because it's popping up. What questions have we got? We've got 5 minutes.
Just when you were asking about, when you were saying about putting what's your most frequently asked
Yeah.
questions, well, probably the most frequently asked question for us is, how much does it cost?
Yeah.
Is that a wise thing to put? I mean, it's there on the website anyway, but is that something that you should use as a marketing tool?
So I'd probably pull Victoria into this actually through the sales channel. I mean, if you've got it on your website, then why not shout about it? Yeah. So you've already publicly said, this is what our cost is.
And it doesn't alter from client to client.
And it doesn't alter. So we've got lots of explanations about that. Why your cost is your cost. What experience. Let's not talk about price. Let's talk about value. What do we get? Right? Because cost isn't the driver for sales. It's not. It's the excuse for not buying.
First question.
It's the first question. How much does it cost? Well, tell me what you want. How much would you like to pay? Have you got a budget in mind? Let's work around it. You know your cost's never going to change. But we can provoke loads of really cool responses about cost because you're worth what you charge, and this is why. So think about the myriad of messages you can put out about why your cost is your cost. I don't know whether you are more expensive than others. I don't know what your cost is. But you know what? Your work's awesome. So can't we demonstrate value and then link it back? The most frequently asked question we get is, how much does it cost? Yeah? And tip it round the other way. But if if you've got it published, why not talk about it? If someone comes back to you and goes, you're dead expensive. Actually, no, I'm not. Because, boom. At least I'm talking to you. Yeah? Questions?
Just a quick one about the Twitter. So
Yeah.
obviously the hashtag with the kind of Biz 2018.
Yeah.
Biz 2018.
Yeah.
Is that something which is going to enable like a retweet, or otherwise ultimately the only people that would see it would be the people looking for that hashtag or the people that follow you anyway?
So, yes, you're right. Essentially, if you put those hashtags in, the first people that are going to be looking for it are us, because we're all looking. So actually, to be honest, if I could connect with you 60 businesses that are sitting in this room through that hashtag, brilliant. I've just made 60 new connections. But of course, when we're all using that hashtag in our communications, there's a vast majority of our network seeing it. So if that network, if someone's following, my Twitter account today, do digital, and then there's digital sparklers, I used to do digital as a hashtag. Someone might go, oh gosh, Nicola's tweeted about 80 times about this one thing. I want to have a look at that. Now, if all of your networks are doing that, then all of our networks are suddenly looking at this hashtag. And if we use it enough, it'll start a trend. And then people are going to start seeing it. So yes, in the first instance, we'll look. But then we'll share it, and then we'll share it, and we'll share it. And then all of a sudden, lots of other people are looking. And that's what we're after. If you all start doing it today and find each other, then you're going to get into each other's networks. So the hashtags are about a topic. They're about a topic. So if you want to be part of that topic, you use that hashtag. And then David, yeah?
Do you use lists?
Do I use lists in? Yes. So I can put you all now, if I find all of your accounts on Twitter, into a list. So if I meet each and every one of you, you're in my Twitter list. So then, if all I want to do was talk to you lot this morning, then I would use that list, drown out the rest of Twitter, ignore everything else, and just focus on you. So you can have that private list and you can have a public list. And it means that your private list might have all your competitors in. Yeah? And we're having a good gander at them. But a public list where you can all then subscribe to each other and you can subscribe to that list. Yes, I do use them.
I don't think I used as much as...
No. And I'm a bit rubbish with lists, actually. So if you're a list person, you'll love Twitter lists.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Go for it. David?
Thank you for that, and for the bit on Evergreen, I'd never thought about making sure your content doesn't date, and it's easy to write something
Yeah.
so it doesn't go out of date. I can see how this process would work if you are like yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. You are a business
Yeah.
and you are the individual. How would larger businesses, perhaps more complex organisations, deal with it? Would you suggest that they have one person that does the social media bit, or is it easy to spread it across other people? I'm just thinking about some of the larger organisations, it can be a more complicated or a more political message. I don't know which phrase I would like to use. But
Certainly.
You understand the concept. You're on
Yeah,
your
yeah.
own.
Yeah.
You can say you do.
I can say what I like.
A larger organisation,
Yeah.
have you any views about how we should do that?
Absolutely. So the first thing is the larger organisations will normally have marketing specialists, right? I'm a jack of every single trade, including sweeping the floors. But a big company will probably have a team. That team then has to have the right training. You have to have the right policies in place. I'm very, very, very passionate about this because staff who are let go on social media channels need to do it right. But if you don't train them right, give them policies and procedures, you cannot be telling them off when they've done it wrong, mind. I'm really passionate about that. So the training, the jobs, the who's doing which bit, that's really, really important. Big organisations have got tons to say. So it's very much about what is that tone of voice in your brand. Lisa's going to talk about branding later. You know, what is your tone of voice? Are we all saying it with the right tone of voice? Does that stuff represent our business properly? But in a big organisation, of course, we'll have those jobs delineated. And it might be someone's job just to do social media from 9 to 5 every day, you know, for 5 days a week. In which case, there will be a consistency with it. We can say what we like, though. You, especially in the council and those big organisations, you are absolutely have to abide by the company rules, yeah?
Or do what Amy says.
Or do what Amy says, which frankly I'm happy to do forever now because Amy's managed me very well. I think we're just about done for me. So obviously when we've got the exhibition and that, we're out there. So anybody that's speaking this morning, come out and like ask us loads of questions. Was that useful for you?
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you very much.